It's time for the 5 most confident picks for UFC Fight Night. I think it's 109, right? Roman Dolidze versus Fluffy Hernandez. And I like some dogs on this card. Last week, we went 4-1 with the most confident picks. Let's sweep it this week, shall we? Let's fucking go, guys. Over on Premium Channel, I'll be dropping doggy dogs all the way through. I might just drop straight dog plays. My lock of the night dog. I mean, maybe I give you guys a parlay because there are a couple of plays that I like. There's some over-unders I like, some straight money lines I like. But mostly it's going to be a dog show again. All right. And when we did that, for the fucking the card before last, we ate. So let's get some big dogs on this one. Some fucking, what's a big dog? A St. Bernard. Can I get a St. Bernard? A Rottweiler? Give me some big ass dogs for this card. My 5 most confident picks. I'll start from the bottom, head to the top. Let's do it. Gabriela Fernandes versus Julija Stoliarenko. Is that how you say her first name? Because that sounds crazy. Gabriela Fernandes should be a lock here. I think there's only really a submission threat from Stoliarenko as to where Gabby Fernandez, good on the ground, but better on the feet by a long shot. She was able to beat Kong Wang, if you guys remember. The UFC's been fucking hyping Kong Wang. I'm going Gabriela Fernandez. Elijah Smith over Kazama. I like Elijah Smith here a lot. Much better at striking, much more explosive, and the wrestling's good too. I think he's a real bad matchup for Kazama. A lot of people are. Julius Walker versus Rafael Cerqueira. They're both coming off losses, but I got to go with Walker being a better, well-rounded mixed martial artist. Eryk Anders versus Christian Leroy Duncan. I got to go Christian Leroy Duncan, a much more talented striker. And then Andre Fili versus Christian Rodriguez. I'm going C-Rod. I hear the haters. I hear you out there going with Fili as dog money. I don't fucking think so. I think Christian Rodriguez gets this thing done, and I'll break them all down for you. But first, Monzy Man with the 777. It's my wife's favorite number. Great weekend of picks, Mr. Finch. Let's go. Thank you, Monzy Man. I appreciate it. Yes, I was proud to get the pick flip for you guys on the Friday show, which was Duncan over Ribovics. Nice pick flip. Generally, when I pick flip, they hit. So, yeah, that was a fucking war, huh? Holy, I was talking about my wife. She saw the blood coming out of Ribovics' face. She's like, oh my God. She couldn't look at the TV, you had a fucking great fight when that shit happens. That was a war. I mean, that last fight night was probably the best fight night of the year. I hear people saying the best Apex card ever. I kind of got to look through and really study for that to make that statement, but that's a bold statement. I like it. It was definitely great. What up, guys? All right, I'll do the chat later. Let me do the most confident picks first. All right. No, I can't. Mr. Cass with the dono. Finchman, love you, bro. No 15-second shadow box today. I'm having problems closing the distance. Please give me some setups and feints to work on, coach. Mr. Cash, the short king. Mr. Cass, the short king. All right. So if you want to get inside, you want to move your head off the center line, right? There's nothing worse than like Ribovics just walking into fucking Duncan's shots all day, right? He's putting pressure on and he's kind of moving his head while he's too predictable. So you got to be unpredictable when you get in. So yes, a feint is a great idea, but there are other types of feints, right? A level change is fantastic. So for instance, Poetan, he'll shoot a jab to the body. He'll shoot a jab to the body. And then all of a sudden he comes up with the lead hook to the head. You've got people who close distance really well with the 2. They move their head off the center line with the 2. As long as you're staying unpredictable, like notice if you hit the bag or you hit the pads and you always exit left or you always slip your head left, you have to notice those things and vary them up. You want keep your opponent in a constant state of anxiety. They got to constantly not be able to figure out what fucking math equation you're throwing at them. So if you're dynamic, if you're different, that's going to help you close the distance a lot. Godspeed, Mr. Cass. Okay. Fights. Andre Fili versus Christian Rodriguez. I know a lot of you like Andre Fili. What the fuck are we talking about here? Okay. I just argued with AJ DeVito about this. Andre Fili has his best days behind him. C-Rod, on the other hand, has his best days ahead of him. C-Rod is extremely hard to hold down. He's one of the best guys at getting up in the UFC, keeps motion, constantly fighting grapplers who want to control him. He beat Austin Bashi. How fucking good did Austin Bashi look? And I hear the knock on C-Rod is that he can't beat veteran UFC fighters. That is crazy. Come on. Does anybody really believe that he could only beat the kids? Like, why would that be? No, he's good, and he's fought a lot of good contenders. Now he'll beat like a gatekeeper level Andre Fili. I mean, I have confidence in Christian Rodriguez here. The Rufus Sports striking should come through nicely against Andre Fili. Props to Andre Fili. He's been, he's had a couple decent performances for sure. He eked out the win against Cub Swanson. He always goes like win-loss, though. He's been over at Classic Fight Team, training with Giga Chikadze and, D-Rod and a lot of David Rivera, shout out, coach at UFC Gym Huntington Beach. A lot of great fighters over there at Classic. Surely he'll be game. But my pick is going to be Christian C-Rod Rodriguez. I think he's going to be able to get all 3 rounds, but at least a 29-28 decision, higher activity, a good kicker, a little bit of speed advantage on Fili. I just think he's going to have Fili's number, man. I think Fili's not going to be able to do anything with the grappling, really, and on the feet should get outscored by Christian Rodriguez. Good fight at featherweight. Eryk Anders versus Christian Leroy Duncan. Eryk Anders just beat the, retirement home version of Chris Weidman. Sorry, Chris. I ain't as good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was. Chris Weidman deserves some respect, but Eryk Anders not impressed. He'll be at a speed disadvantage here, a clear one. I think that, I know that Leroy Duncan hits hard, and I don't see Eryk Anders out wrestling Leroy Duncan. I think Duncan's going to put some shots on him. I could even see this one potentially being out of there early. This would be a scary one to look at the over on. Like if you're thinking Anders, yeah, he's grinding out a decision. But if you're thinking Christian Leroy Duncan, I could see him getting Anders out of there early. I think he's going to find the target. These are some big boys, big 185ers. Give me Christian Leroy Duncan knockouts. Elijah Smith versus Kazama. Toshiomi, is that the first name? Toshiomi Kazama is good at jiu-jitsu and a little chaotic, but that's about it. I don't think that's going to be enough against a game Elijah Smith, who, although he's like 23 years old, his striking is very intelligent, seasoned, like patient, but also explosive. His wrestling is looking a lot better than Kazama's. I do not see Kazama getting a Hail Mary fucking, I don't know, armbar, leg lock. Like I think that he's going to get put away. I think this is a finish for an Elijah Smith who could fight conservatively and maybe get to a decision, but I'm going to go Elijah Smith KO. I think Elijah Smith is a real talented kid. He's definitely someone to keep an eye out for. And yes, I'm in my early 30s. I can call him a kid. Elijah Smith via knockout. Gabriela Fernandes versus Julija Stoliarenko. I got Gabriela Fernandes here. Like I said, Gabriela Fernandes, quality wins in the UFC and doesn't seem to be getting enough credit for those. As to where Stoliarenko, like armbar over Molly McCann, armbar over Jessica Thug Rose. Not Thug Rose. I'm sorry. Not Thug Rose. Not Rose Namajunas. Jessica Rose Clark. Jessica Rose Clark is not in the UFC anymore. All love to Jessica Rose Clark. I appreciate her coming on the show before. If you check my Instagram, it's still pinned at the top where she was showing us her hammer. No homo. Her hammer, her weapons in the back. She had knives and shit. I was like, ain't nobody running up on Jessica Rose Clark. She got weapons. Unfortunately, jiu-jitsu is not one of those weapons. Stoliarenko was able to submit her, but this is a level that I just don't think she's going to be able to strike at, man. I think Gabriela Fernandes should pitch a shutout here. I think that Stoliarenko will be hard to finish. Like Stoliarenko's got good enough grappling where she'll be there and she'll be enough of a threat. Well, I think Gabriela Fernandez will elect to be a little bit more patient, take her time. 30-27 or so. Gabriela Fernandez via decision. All right. One more time for my people in the back. I'm going C-Rod. I got Christian Rodriguez getting this thing done against Andre Fili. Yes, he could beat a veteran. I hope y'all see it on Saturday. I'm going Christian Leroy Duncan over Eryk Anders. I'm going Julius Walker over Rafael Cerqueira. I'm going Elijah Smith over Kazama, and I'm going Gabriela Fernandez over Stoliarenko. I'm just seeing now I didn't break down Walker and Cerqueira. Walker with takedowns, right? Cerqueira hasn't fought much good competition, and I think the takedowns will be there for Walker. It's dangerous on the feet with Cerqueira because he could put people out. But I think Walker gets a hold of him, drags him onto the floor, and then dominates him there. That's why I threw it in. It is my last of the 5 most confident picks, but I see him getting it done on the floor. Could potentially finish him via submission. Cool? Okay. What happened last week? Let's look. Wrong one. Last week, we went with Esteban Ribovics over Elves Brenner. Did the boxing look good, or did the boxing look good? A great fight between those two. They also got bonuses, which is actually impressive because Duncan versus Ribovics, holy shit. One of the fights of the year. It was insane. Ribovics putting crazy pressure on Duncan, and Duncan just catching him with shots all night. So it's hard to get a bonus when you got that as the co-main event. A great fight between Ribovics and Brenner, but that doesn't mean that it wasn't, it was still it was the fight we expected. I think that went very, very close to as expected. Esteban Ribovics, the clear winner there, put a lot of pressure on Brenner, outboxed Brenner, kept a good pace with him, made Brenner back up. I think when you make these shoot the box guys back up, they really don't like it. Look at the shoot box team. A lot of them move forward. Put them on the back foot seems to be a good recipe. Kevin Vallejos over Danny Silva. We got Kevin Vallejos fought a clean fight. It wasn't the KO finish, that many were predicting. Hopefully not betting on the Vallejos finish because Danny Silva was a tough customer. Tried to make it chaotic at the end there, but Kevin Vallejos, calm, cool, collected, very sharp striker, gets the thing done. Defense takedowns all night. Good performance. I mean, he is who we thought he was. Andre Pulayev versus Nick Klein. This one was fucking bananas. Okay. Nick Klein had the back, but instead of going for a choke, he just throws fucking uppercuts from the back. I'm like, what the fuck? It's not quality work. And I got to criticize Pulayev too. Pulayev gets up and could have easily pummeled an underhook. Pummel is when you dig the underhook. Could have easily pummeled an underhook. And when you have an underhook, you have control of the person's body so you can get off the fence. He didn't do that. There was a bizarre, there's like a Swiss cheese holes in their games that I'm seeing while I'm watching this fight with sweaty fucking palms. Pulayev gets it done. I wanted Pulayev decision, but Pulayev gets it done with a finish because Nick Klein quit. I mean, what was that? Nick Klein just shows he's tired, right? Picks his hands up really high, pretty much like, here's my body, And so Pulayev just punts him. Just slams his shin into his ribs, his liver. And, Nick Klein goes down. Timber! I mean, of course. What the fuck? What a bizarre finish. Watch that finish back. That was very strange. I can never bet on Nick Klein. How are you going to do that? When he gets tired and just fucking presents his liver? What the fuck was that? Pulayev gets the knockout. Austin Bashi, the lock of the card, and he looked like it. Really was able to dominate a John Giannis. Don't you have more respect for C-Rod after seeing that? Okay? C-Rod dog money getting it done against Bashi. Yes, we played it. Austin Bashi looked fantastic. It gets a nice strangle. That's how you fucking strangle somebody. Look at Austin Bashi fighting the hands, right? Only one better than that was Tatsuro Taira, that beautiful face crank that, fucking smashing the jaw into the arteries. Very, very impressive performance by Tatsuro Taira in the main event. And sky's the limit for that kid. Even look comfortable striking with Park. Very fucking impressive. Gets him out of there early. And then the one we missed was Neil Magny, Elijah Zaleski. Zaleski fucked my night up, man. Fucked our parlay up over there in premium. Shout out to my premium folks. DM at Mike Finch'Show if you want to join premium. We're on a 4-week lock streak. We're going to go for 5 with a dog play this week. The lock, by the way, Felipe Bunez and Rafael Estevam over 2.5 all day. Rafael Estevam with the control. Felipe Bunez also good, really good jiu-jitsu. So good submission defense. That fight played out exactly the way I said it would. So that was great. Neil Magny, Zaleski, not so much. Zaleski winning the fight, right? Gives up position on Neil Magny, and Neil Magny just smelled blood in the water, got him out of there. Zaleski reacting not by rolling on his back, where, if you got somebody on your back, at least gravity can help me. I'm on top. This guy can't just flatten me out and throw hooks until the referee stops in. A bizarre finish, but a great finish by Neil Magny. Shout out to him. Big he spitch. So 4-1 last week. I'm most confident. Let's go 5-0 this week. Right, chat? Right. Meadow MMA with the $10. Hype for $3.19. Got some good tickets. Need some early parlay locks, Finch. Also, you're going to be there for it. I know you commentating in event there. Meadow MMA. Oh, man. I got to kind of wait to give out my picks, but I will be in Chicago next week. If you guys want to say what's up, if you're in the Chicagoland area, come see me at XFO Outdoor War. It's going down in Island Lake. It's always the most fun show in the Midwest you could go to. Fights outside at Side Outs Bar and Grill, which is a great spot to be. Get a little drink in your hand, right? Get a little hot dog, get a little food, come out and watch some fights. It's always a fantastic time. Amateur titles on the line and a stacked card starting at 5 p.m. and going all the way into the night. I'll be doing color commentary. Matt Locasio next to me doing play-by-play commentary. The band is back together. XFO Outdoor War on August 9th. We will see you at the fights. Meadow MMA, I hope you're there. Am I going to be there for $3.19? No. Do I already have bets on $3.19? Fuck yeah. I've got more bets on $3.19 than I've had on any card ever this far out. Like, I was betting on $3.19 last month, maybe even June, and then multiple bets more than a week out, 2 weeks out. So I like a lot of different bets on $3.19. I'm super excited about it. DM at Mike Finch'Show on Instagram. Let me see if I can, try to hook you up with premium. All right. Meadow MMA. Thank you for your 10. I feel like I owe you a parlay. So it's $20 to get the week on premium. So maybe I'll just count the 10. Okay. Thank you, buddy. Heart and all these cash, all the cash you guys sent me. Thank you. All right. Let me go to the top. Let's fucking go. Who you got, Drickus or Hamzat? I've got to have you tune in next week to see the breakdown. Woo! Maybe I'll tell premium. Maybe I'll drop it in premium early. What do you guys think? You guys think I should drop it in premium a week early? I'm excited. Smith Lock? I think so. Stormy. You got Ann Still? Godspeed. Finch, Joselyn Edwards, not in your most confident? She was not in my most confident. I'm going to pick her, though. I'm going to pick her here. I got the opportunity to train with her 2 years ago now, and clearly she's shown some strides in the UFC since then. We were all rolling at the UFC Performance Institute, so it was very nice of her to give me a round. I think in this matchup, she's just a better striker than Priscilla Cachoeira. Like, Priscilla Cachoeira is tough, but yeah, I'm going to go with Edwards. I think that she's at kicking range. She should probably land a lot of kicks here. She likes to kick more than she punches, honestly. She's, decent enough at grappling where I think she'll be able to hold Priscilla Cachoeira at bay. Priscilla Cachoeira, the eye gouging queen, dirty. Respect from New Zealand, respect from Huntington Beach. Love AJ and Finch. I feel your voice. I feel like you're the voice of reason when AJ is showing biased picks. Tell him. Tell him. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. Hey, man, I worked for Bellator. You know, I do my best to be unbiased, but it's almost impossible to do, and we're only human. I'm only human after all. Don't put the blame on me. Sick picks every week. Thank you, Strain Hunters. Love you, Mike. Thank you, Lord Flacco. It's all love right back at y'all. Finch, my dear friend, I am trying to get out the ghetto and move to the Maldives. What 3-leg prop can get me there? I'll send you champagne bottle through mail. Yeah, man, you ain't got to send me I don't even like champagne, but you could definitely jump into the premium channel where I'll give out my favorite bets. You just direct message at Mike Finch Show on Instagram. We'll get you in there. Eventually, I'll get like a website or something. But for now, we're just doing it on Telegram. We'll probably do it till the end of the year. So DM at Mike Finch Show on Instagram. My guy T will get you into premium channel, and I got you, man. Those are my best plays. I definitely like dogs this week. This is a week for dogs, I think. Put some respect on Tara's name. Who would have won in Tara versus Van? Bro, I've been respecting Tara, first of all. I picked Tara. Big fan. Him versus Van. Fucking great fight. It's clearly striker versus grappler. I mean, Van could outbox him, so that's cool. Van getting the title shot's fun. AJ, I'm with you on Urbina, and you always have best comment on it. Sometimes I don't see what you see. My name is Mike. This is Mike Finch. See? Unless you're talking to somebody else, some other AJ. Magny legendary comeback. It was a good comeback. Is C-Rod your most confident, or who is? No, my most confident would be Elijah Smith. Elijah Smith is the most confident pick on this card because it's such a gap in striking. Like, you know, Kazama likes to get wild, and Toshiomi has good jiu-jitsu, but I think Elijah Smith could just snipe him on the feet. He's actually patient. Like, he has a pretty respectable fight IQ for a 23-year-old kid. Maybe it's because his dad was a UFC fighter, and he's been training since he was a baby. I think that Elijah Smith has to be like the most confident single pick on the card for sure. All right. All the unks been whooping the young ones. Angela Hill about to get a win too. It's a tough call, man. Angela Hill in her 70s could still beat these girls, man. Angela Hill is a solid dog on this card as well, man. All right. All love to you guys as usual. Smash the like button, guys. I'm almost to 10,000 subscribers. How many am I? 20 away? You guys literally on this live could put me over 10,000. Can we get it this week? Please, please. Let's get to 10K this week. Like, subscribe. If you got nothing to say in the comments, just leave a W. It does help the algorithm. I appreciate y'all being here each and every week. You guys know I'm going to be here on Friday for the post weigh-in show. I'll give my full card predictions then. That's when any pick flips happen. This past week, the pick flip was Duncan. You should have caught that, right? Come by on Friday. Come hang out. And then somebody watch my event recap, because I posted it on Sunday night and none of you care. So apparently I got to get in Saturday night, or at least by like Sunday afternoon, because Sunday night, people are over it. On an Apex card, you motherfuckers were over it. So cool. All right. And you guys already know what it is. I'm dropping my bets tonight. DM at Mike Finch Show on Instagram if you guys want to see my bets. Until next time, it's peace and love.